Hello, my name is V-Sin, and this is a snapshot of Hatsune Miku Project Diva F. Now this game came out on March the 4th, 2014 for the PlayStation Vita in North America. Just quickly letting you know, I've only played this for about 5 hours, so there's context. Want to get out of there before the loading screen flips. And this is a... Well, first of all, it's the Vocaloid game, like just the Vocaloid game. I want to just say that it's a rhythm game, but I find that it's really 3 different games, all in one. So first of all, let's just go to the options menu, like always. Now, save and return to title screen, don't need to go through that. Rhythm game, honestly, I would have flipped out if this game did not have separate audio sliders, because it's extra important for rhythm games, I believe, just because you want to be able to balance out all the various sound effects and button sounds to not distract you while you're playing. Scratch target, though, if you can see this option down here, you have screen, rear touchpad, and both. What the heck is this? There are certain inputs in the rhythm game where you need to scratch, or rather do a small swipe on the screen in order to get the note. You have the option to do it on the front or rear touchpads or have both active. What I find important, though, is that this is probably one of the few games with optional rear touch controls that don't suck. As in, this is probably a game where it actually benefits from rear touch. So if you're someone who doesn't want to take their fingers off the buttons and just wants to swipe with the back pad, you can do that. Personally, I prefer like one-handing it and strumming the Vita like a guitar, but whatever. So I'm going to use screen. Vocals, while failing, normally I leave it on not sung. I'm going to leave it on sung just for the purpose of presentation. And autosave is autosave. Alright then, so let's get through these damn features first. I'm going to say this right off the bat, though. This isn't a game that I necessarily recommend, but it is a game that I want you to play, and I'll explain that in a while. First of all, rhythm game, top left corner, the play button. Also, all these loading screens appear to be fan art. You have the tutorial on the left. Edit play lets you play, basically custom levels. You can get some of them off the internet. Well, not really off the internet. You have to connect to the PSN, and there's a whole big list of them. In that case, though, I'll have to explain that in a bit. But first of all, let's go straight into the rhythm game. Now, for this part, I'm not even going to attempt to commentate while playing, but you have 4 difficulties: easy, normal, hard, extreme. For something a bit more specific, easy is 2 buttons, very slow. Normal is 2 buttons, medium to fast-ish, depending on song. Hard is 4 buttons, fast. Extreme is 4 buttons, really fast. What the heck do I mean by that? I mean as in you only push 2 buttons in easy, you only have to push 2 different buttons in normal, and you only start using all 4 face buttons in hard and extreme. I don't know why they have that sort of difficulty curve, but there you go. I'm going to get into die just because this is the one I've been practicing the most. Let's get into customize first. This is actually one of the bigger features in the game. You can customize the way your Vocaloid looks. Yeah, really. You just pick the part. You have module head, face, chest, back. These are all bought from the in-game store. You can just get various customization parts. Unfortunately, I don't have that many parts. Do I even have anything for the head? Nope. Just put a white mask on. Pretend that she's some sort of like Japanese music video dancer. just as a random note, when Japanese, well, at least music video dancers, or at least the ones that do custom stuff on YouTube and Nikonikoduga, as a whole, they tend to wear the face mask just to hide their face. The whole reasons there are quite a few reasons why, but still. So I'm just going to use this customization set right here. I'm going to go to the store in a complete other section, so... Alright, this is the part where I mostly shut up, but first a couple extra settings. Yay, more settings everywhere. Hey, it's Sona. I'm gonna get shot for that, aren't I? Most loading screens aren't too bad. Okay, rhythm game items and button sound. These 2 options at the bottom. First of all, rhythm game items. These allow you to modify the game. So for example, if you want help, you have these help item options at the top. If you want to make it more difficult on yourself, then you have these challenge items at the bottom. So for example, this is bad and awful, meaning as in barely getting or completely missing a note will count as safe. So you can just get to the end of the level, but you just can't get a good grade on it. You also, combo safeguard in particular, I think I'm probably going to use it for this round, just because I tend to drop combos all the time. And you have all these various options. You also have stuff like targets will appear later. This is the, how should I say it? It's basically the indicator that tells you when a note is coming up. It just appears much sooner to when you have to push the button. That was a terrible description, but I can't really think of a better way. Survival, survival, perfectionist, whatever. All right, button sound. Button sound, you also have this option. I prefer to turn both off, but as you can hear from the preview, you have a variety of different button sounds that you can feel like using. Scratch is for when you do the scratch motion on the screen. But I just prefer none and none because it drives me insane. All right, let's get into a song, and I'm just going to shut up. That is why I hate the swipe controls, by the way. Because I definitely timed that last swipe properly. I definitely timed that properly. But I found that the swipe controls work around 95% of the time. That at 5% of the time when it doesn't quite work out, it just, Also, yeah, you can see that I have no safe and bad. That's mostly because I use the assist. Normally, I'd get about 88% grade points without the assist, so whatever. So for the most part, you saw, for example, when you saw the stars pass by, that's when you have to swipe the screen. like, again, I just said I missed the last one. I've got one other song I want to do, but I'm going to go through the rest of the game modes first. I'm actually calling them game modes. Let's go into Diva Room. Now, Diva Room is... You'd think it's not that big of a feature, but as it turns out, around 70% of the trophies all have to deal with the Diva Room. So, well, this is the Diva Room. How should I describe it best? It's a bit like a dollhouse slash waifu simulator slash Vocaloid quiz game. Alright, so let's do the prompt that the screen says. You can tap on the person. I haven't seen much else other than poking them and rubbing their head. The only thing I've really noticed is that when you rub their head a bit, you just rub their head, wait for their eye to open, and then they're happy. I don't know, I guess it's there to be a waifu simulator? You can also see in the bottom right corner that little bubble filled up a little bit. That is... I'm not even sure what that is, really. It's more of a level, as in how far along you've gotten. Also, if you idle, then they start doing random things. So let's just get into... Let's do a gift first. Now, why did I call this a Vocaloid quiz game? Well, here's one thing that I know about Luca. She likes tuna. Or in this case, she likes salmon that's called tuna. Seriously, that is not tuna. That is definitely not tuna. I work at a fish restaurant, and that is definitely salmon. But nope, they're calling it tuna sushi. So when you give this to Luca, because her favorite food is tuna, yes, yeah, I just know that. And you get this nice reaction here. And after you give them a present, you get this little scene. Also, you can see in the background, I've already given her a lot of tuna sushi. I mean salmon sushi. God damn it. Like that. I'm sorry. That just drives me insane. I'm sorry. Also, so you can see you get those little events. I'm just going to show you another event. Floor item, shelf items. Oh wait, wrong one. Do I still have another fan left? Miscellaneous. Yeah, I have a hand fan. This one is the one I want to show you, just to emphasize. Well, I'll let you watch it first. Also, she doesn't like the fan, but we have this scene.
Okay, this.
I'm sorry, this is a waifu simulator. Like just the way that animation is done makes it very, very, very clear that this is a waifu simulator. You also have gadgets. Gadgets, for the most part, there's stuff that you can put into the room, but for the most part, these are all, how should I say it, more game features than actually room features. Alarm clock and kitchen timer, these are just straight up, it's an alarm clock, it's a kitchen timer. Like, that's just what they are. Jukebox, it lets you run a playlist of the songs in the background while the room is open. TV lets you watch a playlist of all the levels, because you saw the little movie when I was playing Die earlier. It basically plays all those in sequence. Game console, I still haven't figured out what that is quite, but art gallery is an art gallery. I'll crack open the art gallery in particular, because there isn't too much to mess around with here. You can see you have all these images that show up. Some of these appear to be collected by clearing levels. Other ones appear to just show up on the loading screen, and then, hey, yeah, unlocked it by random chance. Oh, yay, all these various images. I love this image, honestly, though. Also, as a side note, yes, this game actually is perfect for on-the-go gaming, because I can play about 2 to 3 songs while on the bus, so... Alright, next feature, or at least next major feature. Also, you can like buy different pieces of furniture and customize it. There are set hard points in the room, but I'm not going to go through too much of that. Now, edit mode. Edit mode, I think, is the third big feature. And I suck at this, so I'm going to load my data. I call it Abomination. I call it Abomination because it's just so lazy. I think I threw this together in about 15 minutes last night. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, where are you? There we go, world's fine. Alright, load it up. Behold my highly... Okay, first of all, before we even behold my highly terrible work, I want to just comment on this interface. Like, the interface does physically work. You can go through all these various options here. Markers, you can open and close this to modify what the heck the one player is doing. One player character anyways. Soundstage, you can change the stage type, camera effects. You have quite a few options in here. I'm not going to go through all of them because that's way too many menus. But scrolling through this is pretty damn slow. Like, you can use the left and right on the pad in order to move like, I don't know what the hell is this, like milliseconds at a time. And you can also use the left analog to move really fast through the thing. Where the hell is the button again? No, not this one. Nope, wrong one. Shoot, which button is it? Nope. I can't figure out which button is move to next marker. Go me. Yes. Help. No. Time to zoom. Well, I guess that highlights the first issue, because I can't figure out how the hell I'm supposed to be doing this. Yay. But okay, let me just simply put the gripe out of the way. This is most certainly a PC interface. Like, this interface would work amazingly on a PC, because then you'd have a much larger screen. For example, even a 720p screen would do so much better. Because the Vita is just not 720p, period. And you'd be able to see more of these options. You wouldn't have to have this big-ass box in the top right corner. You just have pop-up windows, etc. But no, it's like, and you have to quickly guess with the left analog, and then try to move, and then try to precision do it for half a century. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna change this soundstage, and like, oh crap, there's a fat-ass menu here, and I have no idea what all these are supposed to be. Like, yes, you do have all these stages in here, but then 2D illustrations like image 1, image 3, image 4, 13, 4. What are these? Help! I have no idea what these are. Could you help me out here? For some strange reason, you don't even have the ability to preview them in that menu for some reason. Like, what the hell? So ultimately, it is a robust editor. And you can see, for example, show model, show shadow, just basic stuff, whether or not they show up on the screen, where they are in the scene. You can use animation and items. You can like change. For example, there's a mic in her left hand now. You can change the expression. You have a bunch of different expressions. And you also have more specific stuff like blink, left hand, right hand, lip movement. Like, stuff that specific. There's a ton of customization you can do in here. But the interface is like, it's just annoying to navigate this thing. Like, normally, if you can see the little red triangle next to the 0.32 slightly to the right of the middle of the screen, maybe you can see it. You can see the little triangle that I'm about to move towards. There. That is the marker. That's supposed to be so that you can jump between spots in the edit, but like, I'm okay with this being here. I don't know. I just spent like 5 minutes griping about the same thing, didn't I? But it's just, this is a robust editor, but the layout is terrible because they're trying to put a PC program onto a console. Let me put it that way. Let's just get out of here. I'm not even going to bother showing you it because it's just that terrible. Let's get out of here. Now, this is the part where I get around to recommendations. Now, also there's... Oh, wait, not quite recommendations. Let's get into the shop first. I forgot about the shop. Go me. Alright. So shop, you can buy modules and customization items. Those are basically the stuff that you dress up your Vocaloid with. Room items are the stuff that you customize the room with. Gift items are stuff you give to your Vocaloids. So let's go into modules and customization. I'm just going to randomly pick Mako because why not? I think she has like no modules because I've only done so much. You can do Noel Rouge. You can see Noel Rouge here, as well as Whistle. Everyone has a whole bunch of various different outfits that you can unlock. You also have head, face, back items. I'm going to show you head items. Taco Luca. Taco Luca. Do I have enough DP for that? Yes, I do. Awesome. I'm just gonna grab it. I just find that absolutely hilarious. Just as a random note, something like Taco Luca or even Luca liking Tuna, that was all apparently determined by the Japanese online communities. Like, all this is just all fan-based for some reason. Also, go into room items. I'm not going to go through all of these, but for example, you can go through beds. All these various different beds that you can take a look at. Gothic? Natural, minimalist. I don't have too many different ones out. You also have Summer Beach. You make it seem like it's a beach. Yay. Also, flourish and shelf items. Where the heck is it? I have art gallery book. This here is also where you get all the various gadget items, but game console. Nope, you don't have a proper game console. Weird. Whatever. Or just you have all that customization. Also, with gift items, you can buy multiple gift items at a time. So, for example, if I want to buy more salmon sushi, I could just buy like 5 pieces of salmon sushi. I'm sorry, I can't call this tuna sushi. It's definitely salmon. You can see the stripes on it, for crying out loud. Oh, let's get out of here. Now let's get to recommendation part. Because would I recommend this game? Well, if you're a Vocaloid fan, chances are you already know about this game and you don't need me to recommend it to you. If you're not a Vocaloid fan, though, here's the thing. I believe that in order for this game to be a cost-effective purchase, you have to enjoy at least 2 aspects of the game. So you have to, so by aspects I mean rhythm game, waifu simulator, dollhouse, quiz game thing, Diva room, or the editor. Personally, I just gripe about the editor, but it's a robust editor, so. You have to, I believe you have to like 2 of those if you're not a Vocaloid fan. If you only like one of them, then honestly, if you only like the rhythm game, then you're better off with Citus Lambda or GJ Max. If you only like the Diva room, then you're better off with Persona 4 Golden or, this is a bit of a spoiler, but Danganronpa. If you want the editor, then just get Miku Miku Dance, which is freeware. If you like 2 of them, however, and you're willing to play 2 of the features at the same time, like for example, if you really like rhythm games and you want to play rhythm games and then want to make rhythm game levels, you can do that. If you just really freaking like Vocaloids, which is probably most of the people who want to buy this game, then play and Diva Room, that's for you. And if you're someone who just likes crap tons of customization, Diva Room and Edit, perfectly fine. But like I said, if you just only want to play one part of the game, then it's probably not worth it. Having said that, I still want you to buy this game. Now, why is that? Here, I'm going to play a song here just to set the tone. Where the hell are you? I'm going to shut up again, because I can't play these songs while commentating. I tried to do it in demo recordings. It didn't work out at all. It was just double disaster, so I'm just going to shut up. Come on. Any century now. This is actually the longest loading screen I've ever seen. It's normally not this long. I have no idea what happened. There we go. That was one of my worst runs. Oh well. Anyways, if you don't recognize the game in the background, that was Phantasy Star Online 2. Now do you know why I want you to buy this game? It's not necessarily because I want you to enjoy Vocalize or anything like that. The reason why is because I'm a bit of a Stockholm Syndrome prisoner who just wants more Sega games. Let's face it here. Well, first of all, let's consider this. The PlayStation Vita version of Project Diva F was the first version to come out in Japan, and then they created the PS3 port. In North America, the PS3 version came out first, and the PS Vita version came out after. I'm just saying, I really want these Sega games, and I'm saying this as a Stockholm Syndrome prisoner. Because, well, let's face it, I'm a content creator. I must have heard about the whole Shining Force mess a while back. And I'm still sitting here saying I still want more Sega games. So, I mean, I had a Genesis. Sonic defined my life. Put it that way. So, TLDR, would I recommend this game? You need to enjoy more than just the rhythm game in order to enjoy this game. But I still want you to buy this because I want to see Phantasy Star Nova. I want to see Phantasy Star Online 2. I want to see a proper Sonic game. So I'm a little conflicted about this. At the end of the day, yeah, you have to be someone who wants to enjoy two parts of this game. But even if you don't and you have expendable income and you don't mind supporting Sega because, you know, Shining Force and a whole bunch of other bullshittery. If you don't mind that, just buy the game anyways. Please, for my selfish sake. My name has been V Sin. Thanks for watching.